Good morning, guys. It is 8 o'clock in the morning with 42 seconds, guys, coming at you live from the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange from alongside the S&P Pits, guys. We have seen in the overnight session, guys, into the close yesterday. We did talk about that 1175 area. Did see a spike down below it into the 7 halves. Saw the 7 halves test in the overnight session, but guys, we're trading the 16 quarters, 16 halves right now. So yeah, guys, I don't think there's much to be afraid of, guys. And the big bad wolf didn't come and get us in the overnight session, and I do think that there is a good chance of some appreciation in the value of these indices today, guys. And we do have some key levels above us, though. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Some key levels we're going to have to contend with, guys. First things first. I do want to have you guys, if you guys are not currently on on 5-minute charts, go ahead and do that for me, because guess what, guys, those 5-minute charts look very, very different across the board, right? We've seen a large overlapping price activity, guys, testing the lows of yesterday's regular trading hour session in the ES. Guys, we made a new low in the overnight session in the YM, guys. But the NASDAQ and the Russell, both of those were unable to test. And when we saw that overlapping price activity, guys, we were unable to see anything into the lows or into new lows, guys. So yeah, we have seen more strength, guys, relatively in the NASDAQ and in the Russell than we have seen in the ES and the Dow. So guys, that's something I definitely want to bring to your attention, is that relative strength that we have seen in the NASDAQ and the Russell, guys, compared to the S&P and the Dow in the overnight session, guys. So that's first things first. But guys, I do think we're running into some temporary resistance here, but I do think that we will push through it in the morning session. Do think we will find our way higher, guys. I think the thing currently on the ES, let's talk about that ES, guys. On the 5-minute time frame, we're currently initiative out of balance to the upside, guys. We bounced in the top half of this area of balance that we did put in here on the lows, guys. That area of balance in the lows we're talking about the 29.15 halves, 75s, right, all the way down into the 7 halves, which is a wide area of balance, guys. We've invalidated any sort of 5-minute lean to the downside, guys, and we have seen us balance in the upper half, all the way from that 16 all the way down to the 12 halves. So guys, well above that 1175 midway point there that we were looking at, guys. So I do think that as long as we stay above that 1175, I do think the bias is going to continue to be to the upside, guys. That's on the 5-minute time frame. On the 30-minute time frame, guys, let's jump out to that 30-minute time frame. We're going in reverse order today, guys. We're in 1, 2, third area balance lower, guys. Third area balance lower on the 30-minute time frame. But guys, like we talked about yesterday into the close, that 1175 area, that middle of the previous 30-minute area balance that we took off from and stayed initiative out of, guys, we tested that yesterday. We tested that into the close. We traded that 1175 multiple times into the close. I think at this point, guys, so any trade back into the 7 evens, guys, will invalidate our 30-minute lean. But guys, as long as we stay above that 1175, no reason to invalidate that 30-minute lean, and no reason to be worried about this position, guys. So 575s at 6 evens are trading, guys. Alright, so yeah, if we do trade back below that 7, though, guys, I am going to say that we're starting to have a short lean on the 30-minute time frame, which is insane to say, guys. Insane to say that we're only 30 points off all-time highs in establishing a short lean. It is what the charts are calling for, guys. Remember, we did invalidate that 5-minute long lean below the 37 halves, guys. The 37 halves, and that was back on Friday. We did invalidate that long lean, guys. We invalidated that 5-minute long lean, guys. We're in the process right now of determining whether we're going to invalidate that 30-minute long lean as well. guys, with the invalidation of a 30-minute long lean, man, oh man, that does call into question a lot of the trade that we have seen to the upside, and does give us more range to expect a little bit wider chop zone, guys. Not saying that we can't participate to the upside. We're saying that the downside with an invalidation of the 30-minute lead, the downside 30-minute does give us equal chances of being right. Okay, guys. So that would take away trade back 10 points lower, would take away our bias to the downside. So guys, I do think in the morning we do see a push up, guys. We'll be very interested to see how it behaves at the 26s, at 25 halves and 25.75 and 26 evens, guys. We'll be very, very interested to see how it behaves there. If we see some selling in that area, man, oh man, I think that starts to paint the picture, tell the story of maybe a little bit of a rotation back down into this 11 area, guys. So I do think that is a possibility. I do think it is something that we will be keeping our eye on today. But I do think with that dollar bid, I think it's going to be a little harder to find our way higher in today's session. But I do think over the next day or two, I do think, especially with the Kavanaugh hearings and everything today, guys, I do think that we will find our way, right? I think we will find our way back up into those 25 halves, 26s. All right, guys, and yeah, absolutely, guys. And we're talking about the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, that lean is the heat is on that lean, but guys, we have to believe that lean was right down into the 9s where we took it yesterday, 9 quarters, guys. And we're talking about the 28, 92 quarters for our 30-minute lean. So guys, that's not too far away. That's 25 points away, guys. So we're tightening everything up here, guys. Tightening everything up, guys. That's the ES doing it to it. So guys, we did see, do want to bring to your attention that we are seeing the ES with a failed initiative, with trade back below that 775, guys, below that 21 and that 775. That's right, guys. We're looking at the 92.75s. We're looking at the 11 quarters. And right now there's no bias on the 5-minute, guys, but we are seeing a key area as initiative only so far has been our only setup today, guys, on the 5-minute time frame. All right, guys, so that does it for the ES. Let's go over to let's do the NASDAQ next. Yeah, guys, you know that NASDAQ, we did talk about how that NASDAQ was unable to see those lows from the regular trading hours, guys. Was unable to see that spike low tested in the overnight. We're only talking about a handful of points. We're talking about a dozen points there, but guys, a dozen is a dozen. All right, guys, we have seen overlapping price activity, guys, and we're starting to see acceptance of value higher, guys, and initiative out of balance, guys. I do think that on the 5-minute time frame, we clearly do have a long lean here on the NASDAQ, guys, all the way through the 75.97s, guys. We do have a long lean bias into the 75.97s. Guys, we have no bias on the 30-minute time frame. Unfortunately, I wish we could. I really do. I really thought we were going to do it yesterday with that spike up above that 76.30, guys. We saw that spike up, and we only stayed up there for a half hour, 45 minutes before we came plunging back down. Guys, I do think that we have to see sustained trade without spikes and crashes in above that 37 area, that 30 and 37 area. We're trading the 19s last. We'll see what happens today, but I would love to reestablish the 30-minute lean, guys. So far, we've stayed in the upper half of this area of balance, which is a good sign. For the continued appreciation of the value, but I can't reestablish that 30-minute lean to the upside yet, my friends. And that 4-hour, guys, we know where that 4-hour is at. The 4-hour is down at the 74.20s all the way down to 73.90s, guys. So that's our 4-hour. We clearly have established that day in and day out. We saw some overlapping price activity, and yeah, we have seen some continuation to the upside off that level multiple times, guys. So we go ahead and post up that NASDAQ as well for you. Alright guys, NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is chat blast posted for you guys. Let's take a look at the YM. No doubt about it, that YM did see new lows in the overnight session, guys. Did see new lows in the overnight session yesterday. We did talk about key areas, guys. We did talk about that 600, right? That 26,600 was the upper extreme of where we were looking into the during the regular trading hours day, regular hour session, guys, and we were looking at the 467s at the lower extreme. Yeah, the 467 did not provide the support that we were thinking it would, and we've seen all the way down into 357 in the overnight session, but we're seeing the 456s trade right now. I do think, unfortunately, guys, we are seeing overlapping price activity to the upside, but I do think that we do have on that 30-minute time frame. You guys can clearly see it here. Let me go ahead and bring that up for you guys. We are going to go ahead and we're going to activate that drawing, guys. Let's just do it to it. We do have overlapping price activity here. No doubt about it. We have overlapping price activity lower. There's no doubt in the world that we've seen a first area balance from the 820s all the way down into the 709s, guys. Next one from the 736s all on Sunday overnight, all the way down into the 649s, guys. Next one from the 692 highs all the way down into that 580, guys. And then our most recent one has been from the 636s in beginning, I guess you can call it the beginning of Tuesday trade, guys. 636s all the way down into the 500s, and from the 500s down, we are clearly initiative out of balance to the downside. And as long as we stay, guys, I think that area that we were looking at for support yesterday that we saw nothing in, I think will act as resistance now. So we have traded this the 464s, 467s a couple times this morning. I do think that any price pattern up into the 475s and back down, I think, is worthy of selling on the 30-minute time frame. We have clearly seen overlapping price activity to the downside and below the previous all-time highs, guys. So you saw 3 days, 2.5 days of selling below that. So we do have a short lean on the 30-minute time frame. We do not have any bias on the 5-minute, although actually that's not true. Let's just I said that and I looked over at the chart, and we clearly do have a bias. We are seeing initiative out of balance below that 415, guys. So we are looking for anything above the 415. So trade below 26,415 invalidates. Long lean. Alright, so we do have a long lean bias on the 5-minute time frame. Alright, guys, and we did see that fail at the previous all-time high. So that is something we will be continuing to pay attention to. Alright, guys, finally, last but not least, last and least is the Russell, guys. Is the Russell. We did see that Russell. Man, that Russell got into some new lows here in the regular trading hour session, guys. Took out that 69.4 low that we saw on Monday. Overlapping price activity, guys, all the way up into that previous all-time high, guys, up into that 19 spot half in the 19 halves in the overnight session, guys. Clearly saw bid come in on the Fed, and then saw it sell off like we haven't seen before in quite some time. So, guys, I do think of that. I do think that we're looking at that 3 halves, guys, into the 4s as a place where we could see some continuation to the downside. But like I said, guys, I do think on the 5-minute time frame, I do think we are seeing some bid, guys. We've tried initiative out of balance twice to the upside. So yeah, it's really hard to have a short lean, guys, all the way through the 60. We can really keep it tight too if you guys wanted to. There's no reason not to. I really think that we'll trade above the 96s. I think we'll trade above the 96 spot 4. We're in the even if we fail this initiative out of balance to the upside, guys, I do think that is supportive 96 spot 4s. We can keep that really tight in there. We can keep that really tight into the 90 into that 98s if you guys wanted to. So long lean bias, and we are looking for a key area, a key target, right? Is going to be $16.96 spot 4. And our target to the upside, guys, where we will be looking to lighten for sure, is the 1703 spot 8s. 1703 spot 8s, guys. So clearly that's what we're looking for, guys. Hey Eric, good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're still looking at 78 spot 9s below, and we do not have a 30-minute bias, guys. We are initiative out of balance. I don't know if we have yet to see an overlapping price activity on these new recent lows, guys. Initiative out of balance on the 30-minute clearly. So you can clearly see that we did try initiative out of balance and came back to the middle of the area of balance. So initiative out of balance on Monday, guys, all the way down to 16.99s. Came back to the middle of our previous area of balance into the 17.19s, and again initiative out of balance to downside. So you can clearly see that there's overlapping price activity, guys. Clearly see that overlapping price activity has continued to come into play here, guys. Has continued to come into play on the 30-minute time frame. So guys, we are seeing here that 30-minute time frame has provided some sort of the middle of the area of balance, guys. Did provide a little bit of selling, guys, and that selling continued down into new lows, guys, new recent lows. So we are off those recent highs, but we do still have that with no bias on the 30-minute time frame, unfortunately, guys. Alright, guys, chat blast for you. That's at Russell. So guys, those are all of our majors that we've talked about. We're seeing 575s at 6 evens, guys. 575s and 6 evens. So yeah, guys, that is what we are seeing. 575s and 6 evens are trading. So hey, guys, it is yeah, it has been one heck of a trade, guys. One heck of a trade into yesterday, and then we're also seeing the overnight session, guys. Overnight session with a bid in it. I think that we do continue to see that bid. I think the 26 is doable. Maybe not today, guys, but tomorrow in the yes. And we'll know we're wrong. Where will we know we're wrong? Yeah, we'll trade back below that 7, guys. I think that calls into question a lot of this long lane, guys. A big portion of this long lane. And it invalidates our 30-minute time frame, guys. It is 8:19 with 42 seconds, guys. That was 18 minutes for your edification, for your pleasure, for your knowledge into the trading day, guys. Into the trading day. Good morning, CJ. Good morning to you, guys. So we have guys, that concludes chart talk for today, guys. That concludes chart talk. Everything is posted up, CJ, if you want to see it. And guys, I do want to say thank you. I do want to say that you are the ones who fuel the fire. You guys know what you are. What makes this such an enjoyable experience for not only me, but profitable as well, guys. Me being focused on the tick for tick has improved my trading exponentially in the last 2 months that I've been with you, and I am appreciative for you. I'm appreciative for you. Yesterday was not the most profitable day I've had, but it was a nice solid trading day, guys. Even in that Fed, even before the Fed, and taking some advantage of that Fed, guys. Did I get out early? I did. I closed into the 18s, guys. It was some silly choices of mine to close into the 18s and wait, and I ended up buying some more 9s. But guys, yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, but guys, we definitely have seen continued bid in this overnight session. I think that's what we will continue to see here, guys. At least my hope is, right? So guys, thank you for joining me, guys. Like I said, I am Eric V. Those guys who are listening in on YouTube, yeah, those guys who are listening on YouTube, you guys, thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate you. Your activity, your presence with us, guys, does help, right? Tell your friends about this place if you think it's valuable for yourself and your trading. And don't hesitate to reach out and say hi at FutureSquawk.com. That's right, all one word. And again, I am Eric V. I am Hoi Soy. I am the voice of FutureSquawk.com. I am your shepherd throughout the day in order to get you from point A to point B in the markets, hopefully with some profits in your pocket. And finally, this has been FutureSquawk is and has been and will continue to be as long as it's around a lost child production. That's right, guys, and this lost child production is dedicated to my son. I love you. Every decision I make during the trading day, bro, here in my professional life and in my personal life for you guys, it is nothing but for you. I do think about you every single day. I do think about how you're feeling, how you're doing, how you're being treated, and I do love you and only want the best for you, guys, my little man. I am a proud Papa Bear. All right, man. So that concludes today's chart talk. And I do appreciate that you guys are. I do appreciate that you guys are here. So, guys, that does conclude what we are seeing. We're seeing a little bit of a bid come in on the Nasdaq, guys. Nasdaq is the first to lead higher. We did talk about how Nasdaq and Russell were stronger, guys. We'll see if that continues throughout the trading day today. All right, guys, that concludes it. Thank you so very much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, profitable, and successful trading day, guys. If you get away with no profits, right? You get away with no profits. I hope you at least learned something today. All right. Thank you so very much, and we'll talk soon.